There we are. Hello. I normally leave it a little bit later for people to trickle in, but I'm just kind of desperate to play more Chrono Cross, if I can be totally honest. Uh, let's not waste any time at all. You know what? It's actually nice outside. I've got the window open, so if you hear anything, it's probably that. But it's nice today. It's nice weather for Chrono Cross. One of like two, maybe three contenders for the ultimate summer video game, as far as I'm concerned. So we're back. We're halfway through our hunt for the dragons. We've got the yellow dragon, the red dragon, and the black dragon on our side. So now we need to worry about the green dragon next, I think. Oh, okay. Is that any better? Is that I think I may have turned the game up when I was playing some off stream. So you know what, I'm gonna turn the game down just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. I think that should be fine. Yes, we're going to go after the green dragon now. And we've had a couple of clues as to where they might be. Let's go deal with that. We want to head to the Hydra Forest once again. The Hydra Marshes. Has Zoa been... No, let's outfit Zoa real quick. How'd you get that flute? If Biba handed down in Biba family, that Biba mine too! Biba Baba! Why you Biba live? What happened to Wingipede? It brings shame to Biba family if we always Biba defeated. Time for Bevenge! Biba Biba! I'm glad that he's Biba back. Unfortunately, he's not any match for the new Master Mune wielding Lynx, I'm afraid. Now, the Master Mune isn't going to trivialize every single encounter like that, but it is pretty good. I'm Biba sorry. Here, I give you this. Please forgive Biba. This Biba ancient fruit found in ancient ground. You will Biba be able to team Wingipede with this. All you have to do now is blow the Biba flute. That Biba the truth. If you blow the flute further down the branch where my friend Biba's standing, you will Biba be able to ride Wingipede to ancient ground. Lynx received ancient fruit. I wish you the Biba-hest of luck. You and me Biba comrades. If there's anything you want to know, don't be afraid to ask. What's ancient ground? The legendary ancient ground of us Bibas. You know it as Gaia's navel. It Biba, a remote island surrounded by cliffs in the Sea of El Nido. It Biba, a mystical place where a primeval forest may still exist. Yeah, we haven't been able to get to Gaia's Navel on the map. The mountains are too high. So instead, we're just gonna fly there. So I'm not actually controlling the Wingipede. This is not like an airship. It is just essentially a little cutscene. Although it is playing Chrono, which is a bit of a soundtrack that only plays in parts of the world map where you aren't in control, weirdly enough. And it also plays in one area that we might see later on, actually. We might see it after the Gaia's Navel section. We will be able to make it back if we blow the flute again here. You coming from Sky? Booga booga. You friend of Father? Father? You know him, Father? Father is a brave warrior. Leah lose him, Father, when Leah very little. Grandma say him, Father went to him Sky. You can't come on from Sky, so Lena think you know him, Father. We're sorry, Leah, but we don't know your father. By the way, where are we? Leah don't know him either. Leah face land anger and end up here. Villagers not here. Only Leah and he come here. What was that? The green dragon? He pretty tough Leah help him if you fight him. Leah winning him so far. Leah temporarily joined him party. So this is not especially elaborated upon. But Leah here, hold on, can I see? First of all, adorable. I think we can all agree. In fact, sorry, Zoa. I'm taking some of your stuff off to give to Leah. We can see that Leah is a tiny Kiev person. She's a Kiev girl. And she has pretty crazy good physical stats. Not as good as Lynx, but among the cast, she's pretty high up there in physical damage. Lynx found green brooch. This will never be shown, I don't believe, but we are given to understand that Leah is like from the like ancient times, from Chrono Trigger's like 65 million BC section, and she just like fell through a portal in time and ended up here. Like the suggestion I think with Gaia's Navel here is that essentially there is like a time gate, because there were time gates in Chrono Trigger where people could like step through and travel through time, And it seems like there's essentially been a time gate open from 65 million BC until here in Gaia's navel, and it's just like been left open like a faucet, and it's just been leaking ancient stuff for a long time, and it's created what is essentially like the land that time forgot. Leah's high strength stat was not kidding. Oh my god. Pip, you missed almost all of them. Bad luck on the hit, things. Exactly. We need Pip to lock in. Okay, so the objective for this section is Gaia's navel. If you remember on the map, it is like just like a big circle. And it works this way too. If you run to the right, you will eventually just like end up back here. And our mission is we're gonna wake up the green dragon the same way we did with the black dragon. We've got to just like do some ecological devastation among these animals until we wake it up. And in the interest of time, I think I'm going to load a save I left earlier where I have done most of what needs to be done in these areas, but I do want to show off a little bit more of the next area at least, because I pretty much cleared that out in that timeline. A big part of why I wanted to do that is because these guys right here, these are the most annoying enemies in the entire game, and you'll see why in just a second. So this is their move. They do it pretty much every time. It takes ages. Like their design, it's all a bit racist. And it berserks the party member it attacks, and so it just kind of massively extends fights for no real like. It doesn't really make it more difficult or interesting. It just makes them a lot longer, which is unfortunate. I'm not gonna ding this game too hard for the way it like depicts like quote-unquote cave people generally, because it was, you know, it was the style at the time. Even now, I think it is like an image that people look at pretty uncritically, but like you only have to think about it for like a second to see how, like, you know, why do, you know, cave people, or at least supposed like underdeveloped primeval humans, happen to, you know, adopt aesthetics that we might, you know, associate as like these grotesque caricatures of like African cultures. It's not great, but like I say, it was the style of the time. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like reel against the game for that, even if I think it's not great generally. I think Pip might have my favorite casting animation in the whole game. The way he like tucks his little like legs and arms into himself and just becomes like a little ball and starts wiggling it's too good. It's just too good. You have that cawing sound, which is like meant to indicate to you that there's still like those like flying guys in the area. And the way you get those is by if you open a treasure chest, one of them will like swoop down and attack you. The only thing that makes these like fights like annoyingly long is that these guys have like tons of hit points. There aren't many enemies in the game, like basic enemies, that can survive like a lot of hints from Lynx's Master Mune at this point, but these little fuckers sure can. Oh, don't cast that on Lynx, please. Okay, it's cast on Pip, that's alright. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Let's load the save I prepared earlier. Oh, I didn't realize I was all poisoned in this timeline. That's funny. Alright, let's fix that right up. Here I have cleared out most of the enemies. There's still a couple more, just so I can show off, you know, Show off Leah. She's our new party member after all. We haven't seen her level 2 tech yet. Where she twirls her tail around to throw someone away in a tornado. What kind of teal you got? You know, while you're volunteering information like that? Wow, too afraid to say. Yes, I see. I see how it is. I remember the first time I did this, so I did not bring any like healing stuff, so I was really kind of struggling with the constant poison that these praying mantises put out. Even though, like, you know, I'm pretty tooled up and didn't have too much trouble, I also didn't have the Master Moon at this point when I first played. Fond memories of, like, just constantly healing using elements in fights because I didn't have any healing consumables to deal with the poisons. For some, I know Lynx's name is Lynx, but for a second, for just a second, I looked at his name and was like, does that say Linux? That'd be a good, you know, remake of Chrono Cross. Everything is exactly the same except Lynx is called Linux. That's, you know, put a pin on that one actually. Hoping this will take out the little caveman guy before huge Jurassic beats. No, he's still there. He's still kicking. Prehistoric. Gosh, it's a pretty good name. It's a pretty good name. You know, I've never played Lynx the Time Sweeper. I don't know. I know people who like fuck with Lynx the Time Sweeper, or at least claim to fuck with Lynx the Time Sweeper. But I don't know what that game is, or like what's it about. Like, I know I've never played Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, for instance, but I know what that game's about. I know it's about rolling a big egg around. I don't know what Lynx the Time Sweeper is about. See, I'm scared of streaming games that I'm not intimately familiar with. as established, I'm not intimately familiar with Link the Time Sweeper in any way, shape, or form. You know, it's. I don't think I'm entertaining enough to just like carry a stream based like on my reactions to a game, really. Part of why I've been like, the games I chose to stream were Pathologic 2 and Chrono Cross, is because they're both games that I think people should play, but people maybe don't want to play them for whatever reason. The Pathologic 2, it was just, you know, part of it was just like that game has like a kind of fearsome reputation. With Chrono Cross, I just think it's a game that I think it may be hard to get people excited about necessarily, because like I know people who have played Chrono Trigger, but I don't know the people who like feel really strongly about Chrono Trigger. Generally speaking, don't want to play Chrono Cross because it's not really. It's not really good in the same way that Chrono Trigger is good. It's good in different, better ways, but like. You know, there is, yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's part of why the Radical Dreamers edition, like the new port, kind of came and went. Like it didn't really reignite passion for before this game. Part of it was just like the port wasn't very good, but like it got some like new fans and stuff. I'm surprised. Like I look at a lot of like fan art for this game. Recently, and quite a lot of it is clearly like inspired by the Radical Dreamers edition. It did like get some new fans there. You know, it didn't like didn't lead to like this big like reappraisal of the game or like renewed appreciation of it in the way of something like gods. The thing I immediately thought of is like I hate that this is true, but it is also true. Is like. The near. Yo! It's dark, Pip! So, okay, I didn't expect this to happen. Sidetrack, whatever I was talking about before. So there's a reason I've been using like black, red, and yellow elements around Pip, and that's because Pip has raising mechanics. Their form changes depending on what elements are used in their party, and it has like a ticker that says like basically when they use an element, have an element used on them, or when they like are present when an element is used. And so if you keep using elements of a certain type with Pip in the party, they absorb that, they learn that, and yeah, Pip has fallen to the darkness thanks to our influence, and I think that's wonderful. Now listen, have I, objectively speaking, mechanically corrupted our sweet child? Yes. But also, let's not forget, Pip is a little mischievous. They were like kept prisoner by their creator, Lucia. It's like, oh, this little guy was he's like experiment gone wrong. And he was like, oh, pretty please, let me out. I promise I won't cause trouble. And then, like, when did we last see him after he stopped running our party? He was in with Fargo's pirates. Now, are Fargo's pirates lovable rogues? Yes, they certainly are. Are they rogues? Yes, they are. So my contention is, Pip is a little. He's got mischief. He's not. You know, he's not as innocent as he might seem. Yes, this changes Pip's stats, changes Pip's innate element type. neither element type is black. They don't unlock their third type. They have another transformation. They have like angel transformations, which they go through by having like white elements. They have dark transformations, which they go through by seeing dark elements, like yellow, red, and black. And yeah, you need a lot in order to get their third form. And unfortunately, in the PS1 version, Pip is subject to a glitch where their values for transformation like reset after they transform when you reload a save. So essentially what happens now is we would need an absolute ungodly amount of element use in order to get Pip's third and final form, which is we would need to use Pip for the rest of the game and then some, which is just not going to happen, unfortunately. But I'm glad I got to show off one of Pip's transformations. And look, they got a new sprite as well. Why is it so quiet? So this is something I like about this this little quest, is that when you wipe out all the enemies in an area and then come back, the music stops. And it does kind of like, it does reinforce the fact that you're doing violence. You are destroying the ecosystem by doing this in some way. Even if it is like this kind of like weird self-contained like invasive ecosystem thing, it's kind of sad to walk through this place and see it empty and there's no music anymore. Did I miss any? Thought I didn't, but I'm just going to double check. So it helps that this song itself is bangs. It's really good. I think I got everything then. He come on. This dinosaur has the cutest little walking animation I've ever seen. Look at those stubby little legs! Yep, Leah wasn't the only one who fell through time. A Tyranno did also. Fans of Chrono Trigger will recognize these guys. The Reptites rode these Tyranno into battle. And the Reptite stuff is going to become weirdly important to this game. So I guess for the benefit of those who haven't played Chrono Trigger, in the 65 million BC time period, humanity, like the cavemen, are being like menaced by the Reptites, who are essentially like evolved like dinosaur people. They are, they are living in like castles. They're in like kind of like antiquity, while the humans are in a quote unquote like a caveman period. And civilization was basically destroyed when a little a meteor fell from the sky and destroyed their castle Dinopolis. A meteor that they called La Vos, the big fire in their language. And there was a suggestion because of this for Chrono Triggers. Like Chrono Trigger's a lot of like really interesting ideas in its periphery. My favorite part of Chrono Trigger is a Robo side quest where you leave him to cultivate a field in a desert for like 1,000 years, and when you like repair him after that time, he articulates like, "Hey, I think I found God." Also, look at this! Look at this! He's so chill, little guy. He's the Eber. Yeah. Robo like finds God and basically says like, why are these like time gates appearing around the planet? And Robo's supposition is that the time gates are opened by like an entity, possibly like the planet itself, as a way to like, it's like a form of like nostalgia, where it is like remembering its past or dreaming about its past. And all of the events of the game are like taking place in the dream of this past entity or the planet itself. And in part of that is the idea that like, you know, because of Lavos is like a big evil alien from another planet that's going to kill everyone if it wakes up. But it's like, because of how it ended up on Earth, the reason why humans exist at all, instead of being like replaced by reptiles, is because of Lavos. Humanity would not exist without Lavos, and this idea is pretty important, so it's worth keeping in mind. Or even beyond, like, you know, keeping in mind, like, I think it's already come out in like the game itself, right? We keep running into these situations where, in order for a human being to progress, in order to accomplish something, they have to do some kind of like violence. The idea of like one life coming into conflict with another one being snuffed out for another one's sake. And what does that mean exactly? What that? Leah! Okay. First of all, yeah, okay. Well, full health. What we also want to do is, do you have another poultice cap? Do not. You should take that green brooch, Leah. That will come in handy. Booga booga! Leah not know him he here? All the dragon designs are great, but the green dragon, this like frog guy, he's rad. Silence. What is all this ruckus? I see. Thou seeketh relics? Come hither. And now for lunch. This is Green Dragon rules. Every other dragon is like, I shall test thy strength, mortal. But the Green Dragon is like, nah man, I'm gonna fucking eat you. Right, the Green Dragon is really aggressive with turning the field green. So we want to be preventing him from keeping it that way as long as we can. Bad Breath is not as like horrible as it is in like Final Fantasy games, where it puts like every single bad status effect on you, but it's still not pleasant. Bad Breath was like never a pleasant thing to deal with, you know? You know, I've seen people who are like, you know, into body odor as a thing. You know what? Fair enough. Whatever works for you. I don't know if I've ever seen someone who's like, bad breath, man. I'm all about bad breath. Bad breath is so hard. I you know, willing to be proven wrong, but I just don't think there's anyone like that. At least not someone publicly as like, you know. Damn, he's all about it. He does have other moves, I swear. He's just really keen on this one right now, apparently. Look at this animation he's doing. With his arms, he's like 6, 7. Six, 7. Oh my god, that was so much health. That's unfortunate. He is so adorable. That's right, if you do 6, 7 right, then you get like 500 hit points back. But only if you do it right, which no adult knows how to do. I was out last night. Went to see Boogie Nights. Great movie. You know, classic for a reason. I think modern classic. I was kind of like, fuck Paul Thomas Anderson, man, after One Battle After Another, which I did not like. I thought it was not an interesting movie. But watching The Master and watching this again, I was like, nah, man, you're all right. You're all right. Bring her in. Bring her in. Excuse me. But while I was out, there was I was eavesdropping on a conversation rudely. I will cop to this being a rude thing to do. But it was I first became aware when someone in that group said that, like, unironically, 6-7 is so annoying, and I'm like, skill issue. It's funny. You just have to accept it. The kids are right. Also, in this group, the girl was with a guy who was, like, enthusiastically telling her about Daredevil, Marvel's Daredevil lore, and she was like so cartoonishly uninterested. It was really funny. It was the Daredevil show was used as like a like bouncing off point to talk about the comics, and specifically how I think the girl mentioned something about like whatever current Daredevil thing there is, or a recent one, I'm not sure exactly, and he went into the classic tiresome, like, oh, it was so much better in the comics though. Which might be true, but also, you know, if it's leading you to talk about how much you love Frank Miller, maybe, I don't know, maybe reconsider. Impressive. Lynx received the green relic. Serge, you always fighting monsters like that? Alright, first of all, Leah, I don't recall telling you my name. Did you just intuit that? Look, some fun. Leah decide him. Leah come with you. Okay, Serge? Maybe Leah find him father if Leah come him. Also, Leah need decide him something. Leah decide him right. Leah return him to village. Leah? Ooga booga, let's go him. Leah officially joined him party. Oh my god, a lot of poor Leah, she has every disease. There we go. yes, we gave her vaccines. This place is kind of annoying to get out of. You need to stand pretty much in this exact spot and use the Biwa flute. It's the only way out of Gaia's Navel. Alright, a successful trip. Don't mind that, you know. Hey, Biba, don't mind that our friend here has become a demon. He's become punished. Punished Pip. What's the ancient fruit? What is it? I have plenty of ancient fruit. Don't be afraid to ask. Link received ancient fruit. Let me know when you run out. I have lots of fruit. Don't be afraid to ask. There's stuff to do in another world, Hydra Marshes, which we haven't really been to yet. But I'm going to save those for now. I mean, let's check the inventory. Let's see what the ancient fruit looks like. I bet there's some fucking delicious juice inside here. I bet you crack this open and you get something real good out of this. Yeah, we haven't looked in here too much. At least not in a while. These are the relics you've been getting. Oh yeah, we've still got the Einlanger in our inventory. If we recruited Glenn, if we took the abandoned kid to die path, then Glenn can actually use the Einlanger in battle. And in fact, you can go to the Another Worlds Termina and pick up the Einlanger there, and have Glenn use it like dual wield style. Which is part of what makes him like statistically wise, like the best character in the game. But yeah, one more dragon down. Let's So it didn't really get a good crack of the whip, so let's bring him back in properly. And what else should we bring? Let's get Fargo back in. Why not? Let's get all the Barra fans are in here for this party. Like, we got Lynx for the furries, we've got Lord Humongous, ripped, shirtless guy, and we've got, the Tom of Finland vibes of Fargo. This is this trio are going to do fucking crazy numbers of Pride. Alright. Where am I going? Oh, yes. Very simple. We've already done much of the work for this one. Because we've actually been to Water Dragon Isle before. The massacre of the dwarves and the fairies that already took place here, that was sufficient enough to wake the Water Dragon up. We've already spoke to it before, in fact. And I think there's something going on there with our violence in Gaia's navel being like equivocated with what the dwarves did here, This is like a pretty plot light part of the game, I would say. It's like mostly, when all the side quests and stuff open up. All that stuff with, I think I mentioned it before, but all the stuff with the Salt and Pepor, the Master Mune and Karsh's backstory, all of that was optional. I think this part of the game is like thematically rich. Yeah, like even though it is optional, I would not skip the Acacia Dragoons side quest stuff because I think it's really great. Actually, yes, it is optional. There's a thing later in the game that, by all sanity, you would think this clearly isn't optional, but it is, and you need the Master Moon for that. So, even if you haven't gotten the Master Moon by that point, you need to go get it as part of that thing. I will talk about it when we get there, but like, it's crazy to me that part of the game is optional. The game is like, it's so, it's so willing to, like, I was about to say, like, choices matter in this game, but like, they do, right? You can miss things quite readily in Chrono Cross. Also, I'm going to say, this giant enemy crab, the sidestepper, great design. Look at this guy. Zoa, like Karsh, also has a Dragon Rider ability, but instead of Karsh, this one, he jumps off his he jumps off his little dino guy to just elbow drop them. And I guess now we've learned where the Acacia Dragoons get their like rideable dragons. They get them from Gaia's navel. Serge, the water dragon is just beyond here. This is my favorite of the dragons, though. It's genuinely a beautiful design. The time has come. My powers I shall grant to the ones who seek to break the eternal chains of fate. What is it thou seeketh? The dragon's god's blessing. Dost thou need the powers of the sleeping dragons to cross the Dead Sea? Dost thou seeketh to break the chains of fate, a son of man to challenge the goddess of fate? Fascinating. Then confront my trials. And the camera's proud of this model too, because it's like zooming in all around it. Yeah! God, the water dragon's so cool. I'm glad we're all in agreement on this. There's so much marketable plushie potential in Chrono Cross that has gone like completely unnoticed by Square. There's no Pip plush. There's no Draggy plush. There's no Water Dragon plush. It's crazy. Just to show off Zoa's top level element. He just uppercutted the fucking water dragon. Yeah, the flexing is really good. That's that. The water dragon has like pretty high magic attack stats, but it's got weirdly low hit points. That's 5 of 6 dragons. And I believe we have finally got Lynx's ultimate tech. Well done, son of man. Thy strength is worthy of my powers. Take with thee my prayers. Lynx has been bestowed the blue relic. I too shall watch over thy fate, how thou struggle to live and how thou face death. Oh. Aw, someone got the flu. Both Fargo and Zoa got the flu. Aw. No, we're just running back out. Swift progress being made here. Oh yeah, actually. Just to show off. These guys here, the Lagoonid, they were the manifestations of the Black Dragon's like nightmare. What does that mean? Why are they here? I don't know if I could tell you. I just think it's interesting. Once we learn a bit more about some stuff, it's a question of, you know, what's this thing doing here that the dragons are like, fuck, I hate it. Also, these things with their big teeth, great stuff. So it's real good. That's all to say about that tech where he spins around and fires himself at an enemy like a bullet. He's just cool. Yeah, to finish a thought from like way earlier, before I was like stun locked by Pip's transformation. Yeah, Chrono Cross can be like a bit of a hard sell to people. I feel like friends in a Discords are it's like a communal playthrough of Chrono Cross happening. Partially, you know, happening because I said Chrono Cross is the game of the summer, which it is. But you know, and I'm curious as to how people will feel about it in that group because I think it's safe to say at this point, like, oh shoot, wrong with the pad, that I adore this game, but like, you know, people have had very strongly differentiated reactions to it over the years, shall we say. Yeah, Alexa, you like imagining all these like big men squeezing together on these lily pads? You like to imagine that? Interesting, interesting. Okay. Before we head off to Sky Dragon Island for the final dragon fight, there's something we should check in on. Because, well, I did say I would open the doors to all the children who lost their parents during this past struggle. However, this remodeling job is a little too... Come on, Dario, elaborate. How's this? Yeah, I guess this will do. See, this is a completely optional thing. There's nothing really to do here. But, as we can see, true to his word, Dario has rebuilt Viper Manor in record time, frankly, and has turned it into an orphanage. Got these little paintings on the walls. Some swings would be nice too. I had to finish the sandbox first. We've even got our Norris here. So this is the noise that's coming from above. The other soldiers have withdrawn from their posts. Is the dragon stable ready yet? We can play a serious game of hide and seek with a yard this big. It's really nice, given how bleak the situation in Homeworld felt like when we first came back here after the opening stint of the game in Other Worlds. Something like this feels like a really meaningful change. I don't know, it's nice. But we got shit to do. And if we're going up against the Sky Dragon, you know what? It makes sense to bring the little guy that we met on Sky Dragon Island. And let's see, who else do we want? You know what? I don't think we've ever used Snap. I don't know if we'll ever use Snap again. So let's give Snap one time in the limelight, you know? I'm so glad that everyone loves Starkey, because I knew someone who was like, who pointed to the existence of Starkey in this game as like one of the things that was like how Chrono Cross like jumped the shark compared to Chrono Trigger, and I you know, He's a perfect little lad. I don't know what to say. I would never want a version of this game that doesn't have Starkey in it. Of the, like I said before, there is kind of like this suggested order of operation with the dragons. That being yellow, red, green, blue, black, white. White is the only one that you like absolutely have to do at the end. He will not fight you until you have sorted out all your other dragons. Which is, theoretically makes some amount of sense because, he's white in it, Lynx is white in it. That is potentially problematic for Lynx. But also at the same time, as we'll see, he ain't all that, to be completely frank. I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to get my ass completely handed to me. He shows some concern for Starkey. He's like, yo, did you find your own ship? Oh, actually, is it another world? It might be another world, Sky Dragon Island. How embarrassing. Hope I'm right, and it is on another Sky Dragon Island, and I haven't just spent all this time for nothing. The locals are making a big clamor, saying that the Sky Dragon has come back. Something seems to be strange up there. No, I'm not going, but you can check out for yourself. Ha ha ha! Cold sweat. About 100 years before humans from the continent came here, the Dragonians and demi-humans still existed in great numbers. There he is. Welcome, humans. I am the Sky Dragon of the White Element. Well done, thou hast gained the protection of the 5 dragons. Let me test thy skills to see if thou art truly worthy to enter the Sea of Eden. Sky Dragon is like a cool design too. I like the four wings, but like compared to the other ones, just doesn't have the same swag, you know. As you can see, Lynx does absolutely fucking shitloads of damage to the Sky Dragon. So our strategy for this is going to be buff up Lynx, basically. Yes, like everyone's favorite Ace from Final Fantasy Type 0, everyone's favorite Final Fantasy game, Snap uses cards to fight. Yeah, this is the reason why Snap is probably the worst character in the game. Is he has a HP shuffle, which is to reorder the digits that make up your HP value, which will just, like, you know, odds are will just make you like substantially less healthy, which is like really funny as a move. It is a bit of a disaster, also. But he's got a more traditional move also. And look at that! He's pretty swag for such an old guy. It's really funny that this massive big move from the Sky Dragon, we can just take care of that amount of health with like one level 3 from Lynx. And we can finally use Lynx's ultimate tech. Insanely cool. Doesn't do as much damage as just hitting it once, but it did also buff its own magic defense, so fair enough, I suppose. Chomp, chomp, slap. Miss. And that's that for the Sky Dragon. Snef, you've done well, my friend. You may return to the bench for the rest of the game. Thy skills I acknowledge. I will grant thee the protection of the Sky Dragon. Lynx received the White Relic. The Dead Sea is disintegrated, and the gates of time have been opened. With the divine protection of the 6 dragons, venture beyond the pearly gates across the dimensions. However, as we were told by Harl last time we saw her, we can't cross as Lynx. For some reason that we do not know yet, we need to be Serge to get into the Sea of Eden. So it's time to finally get this whole body situation sorted. A little while back, we visited Galdiv, and we're told, "Hey, you've got a piece of the dragon tier somehow. You should bring this to the other dimension," and that's just what we're going to do. Can I just point out, I don't think Starkey climbs the ladder. I think he floats up the ladder. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. He just levitates. Oh, he's the best. He's the best little guy. That is a dragon emblem. How did a foreigner like you get a hold of it? Welcome, travelers across the dimensions. Bring them before me. Yes, if it is your wish, Miss Sina. You have permission from the chief. You may pass, foreign travelers. As promised, I will lend you the dragon tier. I shall accompany you to the fort as well. Stina joined your party. Yep, we're still getting party members. We've seen Stina a couple of times. She is one of the best characters statistically in the game. She is also doesn't have a lot to do in terms of the plot because she joined so late. But she's got a cool design. Very, very Final Fantasy X, I think. Cena is unique in that both her level 2 and level 3 techs, you have to go find them in the world. We will find the level 2 one a little bit later, but I think we should go grab the level 3 one. Make a quick detour to the Isle of the Damned once again. Alright. Couple more stone meal. I didn't know about this when I first played the game. This was something I saw when looking at like a list of how you get everyone's, missable techs. I don't know how you're meant to guess this, frankly, because Cena doesn't really have that much connection to the Acacia Dragoons, but you have to bring Cena to Garai's grave. Not Garai. What's his name? The older man. Well, it is Garai. Dario was who I thought I was thinking of. Here lies Garai. May your eternal dream live on. I feel your pain deep within my soul. I understand. I shall fall heir to your dream. Then you received Garai's shadow. I'm looking forward to showing that off because it's fucking sick. Hotel. There we go. I'm gonna get the meteor shower in there. You know what? Actually, I was gonna bring Viper to this next bit because he has beef with who we're going up against. But I don't know. I feel like You know, Harl, who was like, you know, one of our first actual people who joined us to help out. She's not here anymore, unfortunately. But like, Radius joined like right after. Radius has been moved, so let's bring Radius along instead of Viper. Also, he's really good at what he does. Also, Radius also kind of has beef. I'm imagining a version of this game script where every mention of the word like enmity is replaced with like has beef. You know, the beef of the Masamune. You know, I actually tried to do some like translation stuff. Place the dragon tier here. The fort shall open itself up for you. I had to do some translation stuff with the Pathologic 2 LP. I wanted to do like go in and edit some of the dialogue. The conversation with Artemi Burak on the last day, if you remember. I wanted to sort of like alter that, to sort of like acknowledge the stream stuff happening. But I couldn't get to work, unfortunately. I was really hoping it would, but alas, it did not. Now, if you don't go to Homeworld earlier, so you finally made it. But this is as far as you will get. It's a little too soon for you to get your original form back. I will resume that thought when we're done. So, Dark Serge here is he is a little more difficult than the White Dragon, mainly because his physical attack is pretty crazy high, and is not to be messed with, unfortunately. But disappointingly, Serge doesn't use... Actually, maybe not disappointingly. I think there's something going on there. Dark Serge doesn't use, like, Serge's moves. He uses Lynx's moves. And holy shit, that was huge damage. Oh, poop. Do I not have... Revive? Oh, you know what? Sorry, man. Could you give me a second? There's something I want to show off Christina, and I can't do that if she's knocked out. I'll be just a second there, Dark Serge. Give it up, Serge. Everything is merely a dream. Okay, first of all, I'm not too familiar with the Dark Surge portrait and remaster. The only thing I remember of, like, I when I looked at them was like, doesn't he have a little fangy? Doesn't he have a little fang? Which, you know, he's Lynx, so that makes sense. But it stood out to me. It's no use. It's no use. Thankfully, he won't do too much damage if he focuses on Lynx himself. Oh, I did have Revive. I just had it higher up there. Whoops! Oh, okay. Dina barely survived that. Get everyone healed up. Because I want to show off Dina's level 3 tech. Jesus, Garai is a stand! And it does a fuckload of damage. We haven't seen Radix's level 3 tech either. Oh shit, Radius. First of all, actually Lynx, revive Radius, and then if Stina immediately casts Recover All, that will be a big help. just in case. You're out of here, Dark Serge. Impressive. I may have underestimated you. Anyway, I must get on with my affairs. Besides, it's too late. Goodbye, Serge. This is, if you want to wait till way later in the game to recruit Draggy, you can get them there if without doing the thing I did off screen, which is to redo all of Fort Dragonia, because the Dragon tier basically does that for you. But I wanted to get Draggy earlier. And you can go through here and get some stuff, but, you know, frankly, we've spent enough time in Fort Dragonia for one lifetime. Serge, you must proceed alone from here. You must see and confirm for yourself who you really are. Truth shall manifest itself, once you believe in your heart. All life on this planet was born in the sea. The life form softly slumbered within the womb of our mother sea, till eventually they developed free will and were able to swim about the ocean freely. Then there came those that, not satisfied with life in the water, looked up from the ocean floor toward the blue skies and dreamt of the feel of the land. Aeons passed before their preposterous dream became a reality, and they rose up from the seas unto the earth. The land became full of all kinds of creatures. Among these, the dragon lizards and the more evolved reptiles thought they would reign over the earth forever. And for a long while it seemed that they would. However, the unforeseen coming of the mighty one from the heavens suddenly smashed their kingdom to pieces. That one was known as Lavos, the great crimson flame. Wielding absolute power, Lavos buried the dinosaurs, the kings of the land, in the space of a night. However, the timid apes who had lived hidden in the forests came into contact with the crimson flame that fell from the sky and evolved into humans. Or perhaps it was not evolution, but transformation. In this way, humans increased in number and filled the earth, fearsome progeny of Lavos, who, like their progenitor, began to devour our mother planet. Oh no! No! Don't turn me into goop! No! Actually, being goop's fine. I don't mind anymore. I think there's definitely a part of Serge that liked being a cat boy. One of the multiple endings that you'd unlock in New Game Plus has Serge staying as a cat boy. Serge! Serge, you have regained your identity without being led astray. Your eyes, which foresaw the truth, shall help you to regain your trust among your comrades. There is nothing we can do about the Dragon Tear. Its shattering result does not come as a surprise. However, you also carry the fate of the Dragon Tear from another world. The broken pieces of love and hate. Although contradictory, they are two sides of the same coin. A mysterious force may come to light when the two pieces are united. Perhaps this force will be the legendary Chrono Cross. The only problem is the shrine, which is said to give life to the Chrono Cross, is nothing but a cavern inside Divine Dragon Falls. Serge, you may hold the key to bring forth its powers. The Dragon Tear shattered, but transformed into the Tear of Love. So we're Serge again! It's taken most of the game, but we're back. We keep... We've still got the Master Moon, eh? But, we're back to being white in the end. We're back to being a white boy. And, we've got, white versions of the final element that we got. And, more importantly of all, we head back down to the save room. Like Cena said, we've got everyone back! the entire party list. Well, not the entire party list, but we've got Nikki back. We've got Poshul, Lucia. We've got Mojo. We've got Greco. We got Scally. The gang is all freaking here, except for Kid. And in fact, we're gonna bring Poshul on a quick little detour before we head to the Sea of Eden. Because there's yet more party members we can recruit. One we've already met. One is the punch girl at Marble, who was like, "Hey, come back after you've become your true self again." The other, we have not met. In order to get them, we need to bring Poshul here. Leave it to I, Soji Poo. Hello, my name is Turnip. Well, thou didst pulleth me out. I shall joineth you. Please, 'tis no trouble on mine part. Turnip forced his way into your party. Call upon me when thou needeth mine help. Yeah, so he's gonna chill here along with Draggy. Friends, and more friends. Yet one more little guy for the squad. And now that we've got Serge again, pretty much all the side quests that were not already unlocked have now unlocked. So, for example, if we bring Scally and... where is he? Where's up here? Viper. I tell you, this town's really become a cheerless place. I just want to pack up shop and fly over to another town and say goodbye to this place. Hot Mama, I want to have one of your squid gut pasta. I wish I could, but I'm out of supplies because of the fuss around here recently. Oh man, that's uncool. Hey, don't look so sad. Okay, I know. Let me try to cook something up for you somehow. Really? How does it taste? This texture, the balance of sweetness and bitterness. This is it. Man, I never thought that I'd eat pasta like this again. I'm a happy soul. You're exaggerating too much. Come to think of it, I remember a boy long ago who loved that same dish. He'd keep on eating more and more until I was afraid that he'd drop from eating too much. Actually, he got pretty fat because of it. I wonder what that boy is doing now. Oh hey, what's the matter? You cry too hard, you're going to turn that into tear water pasta. Thanks, Hot Mama. I'll always remember this place and your cooking. Haha, you can come back anytime. I'll look for something special for you again. Skelly now remembers on a roll. and pledges not to waste his life ever again. Sir Viper? You're alive? There's something here that was left for you. I'll open that side up, so come on in. Push against the left wall, leads to a hidden basement. I've left an item there that I was told to give you. As I close my eyes, a vision of the golden emblem, withstanding even the most biting of winds, comes back to life. O glorious days, come back to me once again. Viper received flag bearer. Viper has received Dragoon's Glory. And there's another thing yet still in home terminal. So we pop back out. And we bring Greco back into the party. It's been a hot minute. What brings you here? You shouldn't come round here on a whim. The spirits here will wake if you disturb them. Living beings are too radiant for the spirits. Just last night, a man's spirit appeared at my bedside. He said his name was Getz or something. He's probably another lost soul still attached to this world. Very common around here. In any case, it's nothing concerning you. I'll run along and go home. Ugh, seems that man's spirit has arrived. Greco. Is that you, Getz? Why are you here? It's been a while, Greco. I've been waiting here for you for a long time, but you have finally arrived as I hoped. By the looks of it, Romana is doing well. Indeed. Getz, I have to tell you. No words needed, Greco. I already know. But that's a thing of the past. Besides, it was something I chose. You have no need to regret. My only worry was how Romana is doing. Now I am relieved. Getz, after my death you have carried out my will for me. My spirit still lives within you. Carry it within you. Gradually your sorrow shall fade away. I'll be waiting for the day I see you again. I will leave this with you. Farewell, Greco. Greco learns Gravedigger. Getz, I will carry out your wish. Rest in peace, amigo. Is that so? He was a friend of yours. I'm sure he can rest in peace thanks to you. Now, run along. There's a couple more little treats for characters that we should pick up. We stop out Greco for Lena. Lena, who apparently has not healed herself back to full health in all this time. Oh, Lena? Wait, you're not Lena? You look so much like her. I wouldn't be surprised if you were her twin. So many oddities in the world. Yes, I'm Lena too, but it's hard to explain. Don't fret over it, Grandma. I'm sure Serge will explain it to you one day. By the way, Serge, Lena tells me that you still remember the promise you two made. Something about we'll never forget this day. I really don't know what's going on, but here, I want you to take this. Lena received maiden faith. When I was young, I used to be quite the animal with that. Put to good use, Lena. Okay, thanks, Grandma. Used to cry and run away at the mere sight of a pussycat. Do you remember? When you were about wee-high, you were attacked by a panther demon. I guess it left an emotional scar. But it's good that you overcome that fear. Girls will think you're a weenie running away from cats. While we're here... Just between you and me, I've been hearing voices, you know, inside my head. Something about praying to Lasery, Ori, and Licky. Okay. Lasery, Ori, and Licky. Have to remember that. Lasery, Ori, and Licky. Lasery, Ori, and Licky. You know, you don't really notice it until this point, but Lynx not having like an equivalent CG for swapping the worlds does kind of speak to the troubled development of this game. In fact, we're gonna be seeing that a lot. From here to the finish line, you're gonna see this game coming in extremely hot in a way that I think is great. But you know, your mileage may vary. If you don't love the specific kind of car crash that PS1 RPGs so often end in, the way I do. Okay. Okay, no. We want... Lasery? Ori? And Licky. You received a secret lickaroo from Licky the cat. Not. So what if Serge and his minions invade? I'm not going to run. No use hiding anymore. True love and peace of mind are in our hearts. Huh. Isri. Ori. Mickey. This is supposed to do something. Let me see, make sure I haven't done anything wrong. Apologies. Okay, I don't know what I'm missing there. We will revisit this. Someday I will find my sister Tia, somewhere, somehow. This blue gem. Looks like you've regained your true self. Now it's time to do my part. Orla joined your party! Alright. Look at that. 40 strength is pretty good. This was just a brief visit to the world. We're going to pop back to Homeworld because we can get Orla's level 3 tech immediately. Doc, please look up. This voice. It is so familiar. Something's different. Who is this? Tia! Is that you, Tia? What the? No, I'm not Tia. Please calm down. I am Tia's twin sister, Orla. Tia's twin sister? Hold on a sec. What exactly is going on? Sorry, we don't have much time to explain right now. Please, let me see Tia. I can feel her, even though we live in different worlds. Tia. Tia is here. Doc, I beg you. Your eyes tell me you speak the truth. I understand. I will permit you to visit, but realize one thing. It will be a painful reunion, Orla. Yes, I know. But still, I must meet my sister. Alright, then let me take you to her. As you can ascertain, dude, our voices cannot reach her, no matter how hard we try. We do not even have a firm diagnosis of what caused her to become unconscious and collapse. Time has mercilessly passed by, while she continues to slumber. Tia, can you hear my voice? Your big sister is here by your side. Sis, Orla. Tia? I was having a long dream, Orla. I finally meet you. Your hair, your eyes, we are both really alike. For we are twin sisters, born on the same planet. Oh, Tia, how could this be? But No, it's alright, sis. I know. I've been watching everything from my dreams. Yes, the world is not one. Just like our dreams, the possibilities are infinite. My long dream has ended. I am so glad that I was able to meet you. No, Tia, it's not the end. No, Tia, I won't let it end like this. We're going to start over from the very beginning. So please, Tia, don't go. My spirit will always be with you, sis. I will always be with you. Wait, Tia, please, just once more. Your eyes. Open your eyes and show me your smile once more. I beg of you. Another world? You mean to say that such a thing exists? Truly bodacious. Doc, read the room, please. A miracle brought together by a bond spanning two worlds. It is truly unbelievable for such a thing to really occur. Orla, as Tia said in her final words, she will always be with you. Even though your worlds are different, you two are truly sisters. That will never change. This was Tia's. Take it with you. That blue gem. I heard Tia talk about this gem before. I can only give it to you. Tia's spirit will always be with you, along with this blue gem. Now, Orla, open your hands. The split gem has become one and regained its blue sparkle. Orla received the blue brooch. Tia's spirit. Oh, Tia. Why did you have to... Tia, just when I finally found you. Sis. Tia? Oh, it can't be. Orla. Tia! The blue gem binds us as sisters, and also contains the prayers of mother and father. The split gem has crossed the worlds and become one. and now it's been passed into your hands. Mother and Father's prayers are within this gem, and my spirit will be with you, sis. Please don't forget, and live strong for the both of us. Orla has learned sisterhoods. Tia's spirit will always be with you. Keep cool, Orla. A lot of the character stuff at this stage, everyone's like little arcs, kind of is like you really only get like a suggestion of it. But this, the stuff where the Orla hits, IMO. I think it's a testament like how strong the game's like, you know, thematic and like character writing core is. That it is able to make that scene hit like it does when we've known this character for like 10 minutes total. But anyway, time for a substantially less emotional final tech acquisition. And one last time, let's hear the Delvest theme. Oh, he's not here. He must be upstairs. Thank you. Words cannot express how I feel inside. This event has allowed me to see myself differently. I hope to share this feeling with not only humans, but with all living creatures. Huh? Another me? Hey, I'd love to jam with you sometime. How about it? Sure, that'd be great. You know our mother's song, right? Teach it to me? Sure thing. Is it hot in here, or is it just me? What beautiful music! It sends chills down my spine just playing it. I knew you'd like it. Yeah, I also feel normal about this scene. Nikki learned Limelight from a jam session with Nikki. Alright. Now, we've done a lot of side questing stuff, a lot of like emotional character beats. Let's progress the plot. It's been a long time. The plot has basically been like kind of almost in stasis. Not that Chrono Cross is a particularly plot-heavy game, or at least it wasn't until now. First of all, we don't need 2 blue idiots in the party, so let's get Nikki out And swap in... let's see. Oh yeah, let's bring in Grobic. Yeah, Nikki is like the choice IMO. He just has like more resonance with the game than the others. And like, I find it really funny. Genuinely, I think this is a really cool part of this game's texture. That Guile is Magus, and it's not important or talked about at all. It's like, yeah, whatever, man, who cares? That's not what this game is about. And I find that delightful, sincerely. I know there are people who, like, picked Guile just because he's Magus. And like, oh my god, of course I gotta get Magus in my party. And I know, because I was one of them! I played Chrono Trigger. I got like the secret ending that like says like, oh, Magus has lost his memory, who could he be? And yeah, you pick up Guile and you think it's gonna matter at all, and it doesn't. It's so cool. And Pierre is just good fun. Pierre, I like Pierre. Even though he like sucks. Canonically he sucks, but you need a guy who canonically sucks. It's important. Yeah, we haven't actually seen Grobic, but he's got some stuff here. I also played Radical Dreamers beforehand, and in fact, I guess like a little heads up is that I will probably drop a pre-recorded LP about Radical Dreamers between now and the end of the week, I think. Just because I want to do that beforehand, but like I think it's important before we get to the end that we see Radical Dreamers. Look at this list now that almost everyone is here. It's so funny. Who's blue? Who's our blues? Oh, Fargo's our blues. All right. It's finally time. I deem you worthy of entering the Sea of Eden. Let the path be known for the ones facing fate. Please insert this too. So, I guess, do you remember like the lavish, really cool CG images that the PSX Final Fantasies had for these bits, the disc change things? The fact that this one has some text, I want to make things clear. The game is going to run out of money very shortly. And I think, It's time to just like get on for the ride. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys where this game is going. Atropos, cutting the thread of life. Clotho, spinning the thread of life. Lashes, measuring the thread of life. Now, I think a couple of those are mixed up. Are we being tested? So actually, this is one of 3 bosses that you can face for the spin. This boss looks and acts slightly differently depending on which order you go inspect the 3 islands in. Good to have dash and slash back. And 642 damage, good lord. Holy shit! Clotho has stopped functioning. It just fucking wipes Orla. Oh jeez. Oh, come on, Grobik. Come on, man, that's cheating. Atropos has stopped functioning. Grobik's attacks are basically exactly the same ones that we saw him have in when we fought him in Viper Manor, including his hair laser. Orla, meanwhile, has one of my favorite techs in the whole game. Just stumbling about. Wild. This is Serge's level 3 tech. You will notice that big guy behind Serge. That is Masa and Mune. The human form. I say human. The creature form of the Masamune from Chrono Trigger. I should say at this point, it's going to be a lot more Chrono Trigger all of a sudden. God, I love this. I love the way things disintegrate in PS1 games. It's so beautiful. Big triangle is gone. Now we've seen this place in visions, FMVs. We've seen this place get a Kieran twice now. Now we're finally going to know what it is. It is Time Fortress Chronopolis. Home to my is it my favorite track? A contender for my favorite track in the whole game. Chronopolis Military Research Center. May there be everlasting peace for the children of the world. 2400 AD. I heard Group 3B's experiment today is going to be a biggie. They're releasing the Flames lock level to D in order to trace the counter time effect. Yeah, but based on previous experiments, I'm sure it'll work out just fine. During their simulation, Fate guaranteed they would be able to use the flame as an uplink to extract the anti-annihilation energy associated with it. Don't worry, it'll be a success. I hope so. Once we're done with today's experiment, we have that long-awaited 3-week vacation. I'm heading back to Zenin to spend time with my family. My daughter's birthday is coming up, you know. You're from Medina, right? I've been on this island for a year and a half now. Man, I've had enough. Aside from the man-made island in this research center, there isn't a single island in the Sea of El Nido. Once we're able to counter time successfully at will, we'll have full control over time. We'll find that out soon enough. You said it. I can't believe we've come this far. Lots of questions immediately. We're just gonna have to keep going. It's not gonna stop. I wish Chronopolis was one of the areas where the area theme we could keep playing in the battles, because the Chronopolis area theme is such a banger. These things are called Polis Police. Because Chronopolis is Scottish, I suppose. And because these things are white in it, they make it actually quite easy to use the new summon that we got from the Sky Dragon. which is one of the most useful ones, because it fully heals you. And hopefully I can show off Gorbek's other tech for in case he might die right here. Oh no, wait, that's Serge. That's fine. Serge can take it. Justifies. Fuck the police! A gizmotoid. No, I'm no roboticist. That doesn't seem like the most efficient way to stab someone as a robot. Points for style, though. Search for yellow brooch. Now these things seem pretty efficient as far as the stabbing goes. Seems to be some trick to opening it. Go down? Yeah. Robo Sewer Wash. Operate the robot? Yeah, why not? Gotta navigate this little guy through this maze. Who amongst us? Who amongst us does not love to navigate a little guy through a maze? No, there's a lot of there's a fair few computers in here that you can like examine to get some information. So forgive me if I end up like rubbing up against a wall and pressing buttons. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones are like you can do that too, basically. I think I know most of them. Nice little dock area. Hey ma'am, what's going on? Perhaps what you're doing is wrong. If this experiment succeeds, we'll be able to control time. We will have complete control over history, and in a sense become a presence, much like God. If so, what meaning is there to the history of mankind? But it's too late now. We can't afford to fail in this experiment. If for some reason anything goes wrong, the anti-annihilation energy will probably overwhelm us. Who knows what the consequences may be? Yeah. We got that. Everyone understands what he's on about. It's amazing to me they have like a unique battle arena for this like little stairwell. That's crazy. It's funny that they have this, but like I'm pretty sure there is a battle screen in an area that we haven't seen yet that is like straight up unfinished. Like you can see that the geometry is like not quite all put together. I didn't see that Grobek has that, like a tattoo in his arm. Is it still a tattoo if you got like metal skin? I guess what else would it be? Serge forgotten Forget-Me-Not Pot. Okay, so that is an accessory that you can get one earlier by stealing it off Salt and Pepper in the final fight. Forget-Me-Not Pot, basically, whenever you defeat an enemy, whenever that character defeats an enemy, it becomes added to the list of monsters that Sprig can transform into, and therefore that you can use in the monster arena on Fargo's ship. I didn't bother stealing it from Salt and Pepper because we don't really need it at this stage. Originally, El Nido was nothing but ocean. The El Nido archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago. A plan to include islands blessed with nature in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, Black Dragon Isle. The development of elements using the energy of the natural world. The distribution of memory terminal devices called the Records of Fate that could survey and guide people's lives. The research center staff, who had their memories of the future erased, left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Fate's paradise came into existence. And for over 10,000 years, Fate has been watching over and guiding the descendants of the staff who left this research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. That is, until 14 years ago, when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. Security level 2 locked. Policing lock. Where was the lock release for the elevator again? My mind's been blanking out lately. By the way, I saw a boy and a flashy looking chick touching that panel. That's interesting. I wonder who we know that could be described as a flashy looking chick. Please present the Central Labs and registration card. Okay, so we can't go to the basement. How about the third floor then? DNA records are poems and music. Adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine, rhythm and melody. Perhaps the DNA of the ones who make contact with the flame is recomposed by the sound they generate within. I wonder if life forms are just dreaming in an endless flow of music. That will be important. That is one of the clues to unlocking the true ending. I'm serious. Humans and reptiles. 65 million years ago, the reptiles who evolved from reptiles developed their own unique civilization. This was long before the ancestors of humans, who evolved from primates, had developed their civilization. Excavation carried out on the central continent of Zenin revealed that reptiles already had advanced architectural skills in the prehistoric era. But the fall of Lavos to the planet and the resulting ice age this brought about rang the death knell for the reptiles and their civilization. After that, the reptiles slowly disappeared from the stage of history. However, in the distant past, humans could have been defeated in the contest of evolution, and the reptiles could have continued to develop. It is not unthinkable that such a timeline could exist in other dimensions. Everything is purely a problem of possibilities, and the world is only stabilized by the viewpoint of the one who observes it. Lavos. an extraterrestrial life form that is thought to have fallen from the heavens 65 million years ago. On the timeline that existed before history was changed, Lavos was assumed to have slept deep below the planet's surface, sleeping and consuming the planet's energy up until the day of destruction known as the Apocalypse. There are those who believe that 12,000 years ago, the legendary ancient magical civilization known as Zeal came into contact with Lavos. That fateful encounter is said to have resulted in Zeal disappearing from the surface of the planet within the space of a single night. However, the very existence of the ancient civilization of Zeal has never been proven, so up till this day, this theory cannot be confirmed. On some timelines, Lavos appeared on the surface of the planet in the year 1999 and brought the world to ruins. However, a group of young time travelers saw where their planet's history was heading, and, through their actions, rewrote time. This very research facility exists on that new timeline. In a world where, thanks to the defeat of Lavos by the young adventurers, the apocalypse never happened. On a temporal vector where human civilization continued to evolve unhampered. All the data on Lavos that was obtained from tracing different parallel world possibilities has proven to be volatile, with fluctuating discrepancies. Perhaps at this point in time, it's nearly impossible to obtain any true information about Lavos. Is there one more thing in here? Search for a rainbow shell. I think there's one more thing in here, but I can't remember where it is. Alas. Sorry lads, don't mind me. Model of brain analysis. Model of brain evolution. Model of brain behavior. Model of lower animal brain. We control human emotions by using neurotransmitters. That means by manipulating the neurotransmitters inside their brains, it's possible to control the feelings and even the personalities of humans. Fate uses the records of Fate to connect directly with the brains of the humans with whom they come into contact. Fate not only imprints what actions the humans should take into their brains, but also rewrites their personalities and feelings. Just casually dropping there. The save points we've been using for the entire game are mind control devices. We've been rewriting our personality every time we save the game. Memory scanning and rewriting is not that difficult a thing. As a matter of fact, it is possible to simulate the thoughts and feelings of each individual. These are all just electric signals that flow around the circuitry of the brain after all. The vessels of flesh can be reproduced through cloning, and the soul stored within these fleshy vessels can be stimulated as well. Thus, one could even go as far to say that death itself no longer exists. Of course, the expiration of an individual being as a variation within the species still occurs. Overall, we can reverse the old maxim and say, where there is no death, there will be life. The life forms on this planet developed from single-celled microorganisms to protozoans, then from fish to amphibians, from reptiles to mammals, and eventually to humans. Beginning with the cerebral neocortex that only exists in higher mammals. The anthropod brain enlarged at an accelerating pace until it became the human brain we know. Could the reason for the abnormal development of the human brain be the biological contamination caused by Lavos? That would mean that humans are really a heterogeneous life form, or foreign matter, as far as the planet is concerned. Humans are a sudden mutation caused by the contact with Lavos, an alien life form that fell to this planet from space. That is why humans are, biologically speaking, unbalanced and half-finished. Internally inconsistent and disconnected, The human existence is plagued by contradictions. An incomplete species, torn between love and hatred, whose very being is self-contradictory. From the planet's viewpoint, humans are just destroyers, and a cursed, yet perhaps pathetic, blight on the world. Real Scientology kind of thing happening there. The reason why humans are upset and hurt each other is because we're infected by alien organism stuff from a big insect that fell from the sky and has been influencing our development. Oil does so much damage. Serge found Hellbound. So interestingly, a bunch of this team also worked on a little game called Xenogears. Xenogears has the same plot twist where the save points are like secretly evil. Like, they're not mind control devices like they are in this game, which is like huge, and is like really figures into my reading of one of the characters. But it is like in Xenogears, it's like they're like listening devices by like the evil Sele Council. Everyone gather around. I gotta shut up. There's more. There's more of this. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of a time egg, which utilizes miniature black holes. But whether this could actually be possible or not is still a subject of intense debate, and no conclusions have been made. According to her theory, by rotating a single point of supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point, which pulls in everything else, into a ring formation. Using this ring as a gate between dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various space-time. I've heard that the time egg already existed during the legendary ancient dynasty. We shouldn't have to rely on theories of an ancient civilization that may not have even existed. We can do this. But it's been said that time was altered using the time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't even any evidence to prove this ancient dynasty ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in this barren sea of El Nido, we built several artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top-secret research. But now, our research is about to come to its end. Once the final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. It's just a matter of time, so everyone should keep up their good work. The chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we'll have to hold off until he gets back. To think that time is not absolute but elastic, relative and subjective. There could be individual differences caused by changes in time. Perhaps the same people and life forms can even exist in several different spacetimes. An independent time that flows the will of its own? What nonsense. We're conducting a simulation of phase metastasis. Alright. Sure, guy. This research center was established under the utmost secrecy by the central regime. We may appear to be a military research center, but we're actually conducting research on time. I don't know if these guys are great. They're talking about the thing that's been established by the regime. They want to control time. These guys don't seem nice. The lost ancient magic civilization of Zeal. If it really did exist, someone might even have traveled through time to this period. Search for and magnify. Oh. Sorry, man. I'll get back to you in a second. Anyway, what were you saying? Chief said he was going out for a walk. He's probably by the dock somewhere, gazing out to sea. Oh, that guy. The guy that was like, oh, maybe it's not a good idea to, like, supplant the divine and become God. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Yeah, let's have a talk with him again. I'm trying to avoid the enemies because there's only a couple enemy types in this area. I don't want to say spend too much time fighting them over and over again. Time Research Lab, which serves as the foundation of this research center, appeared out of nowhere in the year 2300 and was headed up by the scientific genius Balthazar. However, at the peak of his career, he simply vanished. We've continued his work and have come this far. Our work is almost complete. Well, it's about time I headed back. The experiment's about to begin. Balthazar, I think that name has come up in this game before, but Balthazar was in Chrono Trigger. We've also met him in this game. The Prophet guy that we saw in Viper Manor, he looks a lot like the sprite that Balthazar had in Chrono Trigger. Although you only saw him quite briefly compared to the other 3 sages. The other 2 sages, I should say. He spends most of that game in the form of like a blue blob. Hey! This is where they build the save points. This is the observation room. This is where we observe the 2 parallel worlds. The main computer of Chronopolis is called Fate. Fate is a large-scale prototype completed in the year 2300. It integrated the old Mother Brain computer circuitry into a more powerful supercomputer. This Fate contains a massive amount of historical data, getting up to the year 2400. So, this is something that was like, we already knew from the Miguel sequence that Fate wasn't just like an idea or a concept. Fate was like a person. The idea of like fate and, circumstance is kind of rejected by Chrono Cross. Things happen in the world because people do them, and bad things happen because people do bad things. Fate is an expression of power held by people, and now we finally know who that is specifically. It's a computer. It's the computer that runs this place. And that computer blew up the Dead Sea in Homeworld because it thought we were getting too close to the frozen flame, at least in that world. And that mentioned it was based on Mother Brain. In Robo's side quest in Chrono Trigger, you ran into Mother Brain, which was like an AI that was it was like an evil AI. It was just like, humans suck ass, they're gonna take over. So I guess even in the timeline where Lavos is defeated, they still built Mother Brain. I was gonna say Brother Brain. Brother Brain! Mother Brain is good. Someone should use Brother Brain. Ah, shit. I'm trying to see if I can use Angels, but alas. Search found car key. It all began with a notebook my mother handed me. She told me she found it while cleaning out the closet. This old notebook covered with mold was a diary that belonged to my grandfather, who passed away years ago. It contained my grandfather's distant memories. Does this device play back archives? Looks like someone's memoirs. I wonder if you still remember how we first met and our many adventures. It all seemed like a dream. We ran like the wind during those warm summer days long ago. You were a piece of a star that fell from the sky. I can still relive the memories of those days long past, just by closing my eyes like such and whispering your name into the desolate night. Kid, kid. Radical dreamers let her soul into deep. What is this? Radical dreamers? What does this mean? There is a conversation with a comrade. Are you ready, kid? I know you're anxious, but stay on your toes. Yeah, likewise, mate. You mess up and I'm leaving you behind. Got that, Serge? Come on, Majel, let's go. That bastard Lynx is going to get what he deserves. Say your prayers. Not that they'll do you any good. This seems to be an archive from a different time than our own. Aside from the two worlds we already know about, other worlds and times may also exist. Yep, that's the opening of Radical Dreamers. Like I say, I will be hopefully putting out a playthrough of Radical Dreamers in the next couple of days. This cannot be. This is the ancient superweapon that was in development in Por. But what is it doing here? It looks complete. Receive Grovik's Strongarm. This is a minigame where the lock changes depending on how many of the little side things are open, but there's a little trick to it. If you close all of them, the code is 00. Access granted. I think we're going to leave it here. We've got the final boss of Chronopolis ahead. I think that's best saved for next time. Which will probably be the final episode. I think we can knock out the rest of the game in that stretch pretty comfortably. But yeah, I've already gone over the time I normally go to. This is a bumper length episode. So we'll leave it there. So, we've got a... So, here's what we know. Military secret time research center from a fascist future where they control people's minds somehow ends up back in time and created the El Nido archipelago in the past with terraforming, and everyone who was born there, which means presumably the demi-humans, was the descendants of the brainwashed staff of this place, and it's been running with these like ghosts ever since, observing and by the master of this place, who well, it seems like fate has finally played her hand. So lot to digest, and more. It will continue to be like this in the next episode. But yes, I hope everyone had a great time. I will see you next week, I think. If not, then we'll see. But yeah, next week for the final episode of Chrono Cross, and in a few days for the Radical Dreamers read through. Yeah, I hope to see you for those. I will see you all later. Bye bye.